Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Om Vishnu Hare Namaste Saraswati Devi Bhagavan Pitar Namaste Vishnu Hare after this time Vishnu Vishnu Hare Namaste Shri Hare Radha is the master form of the Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Vishnu Padaya, Vishnu Vishnu Krishna, Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Vishnu Vishnu Namaste Swati Bhagavan Sami Vishnu Ashta Desana Vishnu Krishna Buddha Vishnu Padaya Devasde Paramuttarana. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Diva Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, and Mataji, and pranams. All glory to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Mataji, can you can
Yes,
do it,
Prabhuji.
Mataji. I made you
Yes,
host,
Prabhuji.
okay?
Yeah.
I'm dropping off. Okay, thank you so much.
Prabhuji, we should do Subodhinis, right? All the 3 Subodhinis. Right, Krishna? Hare Krishna?
Sure, రేపు చేస్తాం అతను నేను SB and CC.
ఓకే, తో మేము గీతా సుబోధినితో స్టార్ట్ చేసేస్తాం ప్రభుజీ వాళ్ళ.
మీరు గీతా సుబోధిని BG 14 చాప్టర్ చదవండి. అది చదివి మీరు ఇద్దరుగా బ్రహ్మ సంహిత ప్రేయర్స్ చేయండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. ఐఎమ్ అనేబుల్ టు మేక్ ఇట్. టుమారో ఐ విల్ డూ ఇట్.
ఓకే ప్రభు. Hare Krishna Prabhujis and Matajis. We'll start with Mangalacharan prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yeah, we'll start with Gita Subodhini, the three modes of material nature, chapter 14, 1 to 13, the conditioning of the soul by the material modes. Krishna glorifies the pure knowledge, the jiva's contact with Prakriti matter, how the material modes bind the pure jiva, recognizing the prominence of a mode. 14 to 18, effect of conditioning by the modes. Destination after death in different modes, result of action in different modes. Transcending the modes, becoming Gunatita. Seeing the modes as doers and the Lord as transcendental, result of transcending the modes. Arjuna's three questions about Gunatita, question 1 to 3. Answer 1, symptoms of Gunatita. Answer 2, behavior of Gunatita. Answer 3, by pure bhakti one transcends the modes and comes to the level of Brahman. Krishna is the source of Brahman. In the previous chapter, Lord Krishna said in 13.22 that the living entity takes up repeated birth and death due to association with the modes of material nature, gunas. In this chapter, Krishna explains what those modes of material nature are, how they work, how they bind the living entity, and how they are destroyed by Krishna Bhakti. Krishna. Samhita Mataji, you can do 1 to 13.
Hare Krishna Mataji. 1 to 13, the conditioning of the soul by the material modes. 1 to 2, Krishna glorifies pure knowledge. In the first two verses, Krishna glorifies the knowledge that he is going to reveal in this chapter, similar to the way he has done in chapters 7, 9 and 10. Krishna speaks the highest knowledge. Parambhuya pravakshami jnananam jnanam uttamam. Again, I shall declare to you this supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge. Yajnatva munaya sarve, knowing which all the sages, param siddhim ito gataha, have attained the supreme perfection. 2. Result of attaining that knowledge. Idam gnanam upashritya, by taking shelter of this knowledge. Mama sadharmyam agataha, one can attain same nature or form as mine. Sargepi nopajayante pralayena vyathanti cha, one is freed from repeated birth and death, doesn't take birth again in universal creation or experience the pain of death at universal dissolution. Having glorified the knowledge, Krishna will now begin to explain the relationship between the jivas, the Prakriti and himself. 3 to 4, the jiva's contact with Prakriti matter. 3, the Lord impregnates Prakriti. The material nature or Prakriti, Mahat Brahma or Mahat Tattva, is the womb that I impregnate, making impossible the birth of all jivas. Prakriti is called Mahat because it extends through all place and time continuously. It is called Brahma because it is the cause of expansion. 4. Krishna is the father and Prakriti is the mother of all jivas. Sarva Yonishu Kaunteya, all species of life, O son of Kunti, Murtaya Sambhavantiya, are made possible by birth. Tasam Brahma Mahad Yonir, in this material nature, the mother. Aham Bija Pradapita, I as Mahavishnu, I am the seed giving father.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
లావణ్య మాతాజీ చదువుతారు.
సంజమాత లేదా మాతాజీ?
ఉన్నారు, ఇప్పుడే కనబడ్డారు.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ, ప్లీజ్ కంటిన్యూ.
5 to 9. How the material modes bind the pure jiva. The jiva's bondage under the spell of modes. Sattvam, rajas, tamma iti. Goodness, passion and ignorance. Guna, prakriti. Shall I read total sloka, Mataji?
యా, యూ కెన్ డూ దట్ మాతాజీ. మొత్తం శ్లోక చదివి సైడ్లో అప్పుడు చదవండి.
Sattvam, rajas, tamma iti. Guna, prakriti, sambhava. Nibattanti mahabaho. Dehe, dehinam, avyayam. Goodness, passion and ignorance. These three gunas are produced of material nature. O mighty armed one, they bind the changeless living entity in the material body. Bondage by sattva guna. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashakam anamayam sukha sangena badnati gnana sangena chanaga. The mode of goodness is the purest of the three modes. It is illuminating and frees one from sins and distress. Those situated in this mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge, O sinless Arjuna. Bondage by Rajoguna. Rajo ragatmakam vidhi trishna sanga samudbhavam tan nibadnati kaunteya karma sangena dehina. The mode of passion is born of desire, attachment for the attained and longing for the unattained, O son of Kunti, and because of this the embodied living entity is born to material fruitive actions. The mode of passion is characterized by the attraction between man and woman, and when the passion is increased, one develops hankering for material enjoyment and works very hard and becomes bound to his activities. Bondage by Tamoguna. Tamastva ajnanajam vidhi mohanam sarvadehinam pramadhalasya nidravis tan nibadhanti bharata. Know that the mode of darkness born of ignorance is the delusion of all embodied living entities. This mode binds the jiva with madness, laziness and sleep, O son of Bharata. Summary: goodness conditions one to happiness, passion conditions one to fruitive action, and ignorance covering one's knowledge binds one to madness.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మాతాజీ.
Thank you, Mataji.
లావణ్య మాతాజీ చదవండి.
Hare Krishna. 10 to 13. Recognizing the prominence of a mode. 10. Competition among modes. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. Sometimes passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and at other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. The modes appear and disappear according to operation or exertion of old karmas. The prominence of certain mode is manifested in one's dealings, activities, etc. One who is actually intent on advancing in bhakti has to transcend these three modes. 11. When goodness increases, all the 9 gates of the body, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, mouth, genitals, and anus are illuminated by knowledge and happiness. One can see, hear, taste things in the right position. 12. When passion increases, the symptoms of greed, fruitive activity, intense endeavor, and uncontrollable desire and hankering develop. Passionate person is never satisfied with the position he has already acquired. 13. When ignorance increases, darkness, aprakasha, inertia, apravritta, madness, pramada, and illusion, moha, are manifested. Discrimination is absent. Can I continue, Mataji? Or?
మాతాజీ, one page each.
Okay. Yeah, 14 to 18, effect of conditioning by the modes. 14.14 to 15. Describe the long-term effect. That means destination after death. 14.16 describes medium term effect, 14.17 describes immediate effect, and 14.18 describes Jiva's direction in the universe after death. These are summarized and given below. 14 to 15 destination after death for a person in goodness, higher planets of great sages like Brahmaloka, Janaloka. Passion, birth among those engaged in fruitive activities on the earthly planet. Ignorance, birth in lower species, the animal kingdom. 16 to 18. The result of action in goodness, passion, ignorance. So goodness, purity without desires, nirmalam, knowledge, jnanam, higher or heavenly planets up to Brahmaloka, Urdhvam. Passion, misery, dukkam, greed, lobha, middle and earthly planets, madhye. Ignorance, foolishness, ajnanam, madness, pramada, illusion, moha, lower or hellish planets, adho. Sattva sanjayate jnanam, rajasho labha eva cha, pramada moha tamaso bhavato jnanameva sa. Urdhvam gachanti satvasta madhye ఇది కర్సర్ అయ్యా మాతాజీ కర్సర్ ఓకే తిష్టంతి ఊర్ధ్వం గచ్చంతి సత్వస్థా మధ్యే తిష్టంతి రాజసా జగాంగా గుణ జగన్యా గుణ వృత్తిస్థా అదో గచ్చంతి తామసా.
ఇది కూడా చదివేయండి, లింక్ కూడా చదివేయండి.
కొంచెం స్క్రోల్ చేయరా అప్పు. Having described the all-pervasive control of modes, Krishna will now describe how to transcend the modes and explain his own position in relation to them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lalit Mohan Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. 19 to 27, transcending the modes, becoming Gunatita. Gist of the section: Jnana stresses discrimination. Discrimination ultimately leads one to appreciate that he is not the body. Krishna is supreme, and that he should take shelter of Krishna to become free. Thus, Jnana is the path that culminates in bhakti. 19, Shloka 19. Seeing the modes as doers and the Lord as transcendental. Nanyam gunebhya kartaram yada drishthanupashyati. When one sees that there is no other performer of actions than the material modes, and gunebhyascha param vitti madbhavam sodhigacchati, knows that the Supreme Lord and even the Jiva is transcendental to the modes, he attains my spiritual nature, crossing beyond this material existence. Text 20, Shloka 20. When one can surpass the modes associated with the body, which gives rise to the body, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and their distress, and enjoy nectar even in present life, and attains eternal life. Hearing the results of the surpassing the modes, Arjuna will ask Krishna about the process of transcending the modes and the symptoms and behavior of such a person who has transcended the modes. Gunatita. So 21, Arjuna questions about Gunatita and Krishna's answers. Question 1, by what symptoms is he known? Answer is 14.22. Question 2, what is his behavior? Answer is from 14.23 to 25. Question 3, what is the process of transcending the modes? Answer 3 is 14.26. So the point to be noted is Arjuna asked a similar question 2.54 about the qualities and activities of his Sthita Prajna. But at that time, he didn't ask how one could transcend the material modes. Here he inquires about that. So 22 to 26, Krishna's answers to the Arjuna's questions about Gunatita. 22 is the answer one. The question was, Mataji, please scroll up.
By what?
By what symptoms is he known? Okay. Symptoms. of a Gunatita. The symptoms of Gunatita, it doesn't hate illumination, attachment, and delusion when they are present or long for them when they disappear. Symptoms of Gunatita doesn't hate illumination, attachment, and delusion when they are present.
He doesn't hate any of these. Illumination also he doesn't hate, attachment also he doesn't hate, and delusion also he doesn't hate.
He doesn't hate or doesn't long for them. Okay.
Is neutral.
Okay. Question 2. What is his behavior? Answer is the behavior of Gunatita, external conduct, neutral, udasina, and undisturbed by the reactions of the modes. Gunair yona vichalyate. Knowing that the modes alone are active, equal to happiness and distress. Samadukha sukha. Okay. Thank you much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Raja Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Firmly situated, firmly situated in the self, swastaha, sees a lump of earth, a stone, and gold as the same. Samalostasma kanchanaha, equal toward the dear and not dear. Tulya priya priyo, study. Tulya priya priyo, study. Dhira, equal towards praise and blame. Tulya nindatma samastutihi, samstuti, sorry. Equal in honor and dishonor. Manapamanayos tulyas, treats friend and enemy like tulyo mitrahri pakshayo. Renounces all material activities. Sarvaramba parithyagi. Sarvaramba parithyagi. Can I continue, Mata?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, 26, A3. Pure bhakti is the process of transcending modes. Mam chayo vyabicharena bhakti yogena sevate. One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances. Sagunan samati taityan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. At once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Linking one, Krishna said that by bhakti one will attain Brahman, but a devotee doesn't desire Brahman relation but wants to serve Krishna. Therefore, Krishna describes his own relationship with Brahman and thus stresses bhakti again.
Yeah, please continue.
27. Krishna is the source of Brahman. Brahmano hi pratistaham. I am the base. I am the basis or shelter of the impersonal Brahman. Amrutasya vyasya cha, which is immortal, imperishable, and sasvatasya cha, dharmasya, eternal, and is the constitutional position. Sukasya kantis kasya cha, or platform of ultimate bliss. Linking one. When one is attained in the level of Brahman, that is freedom from the contamination of the modes of nature, he becomes qualified to engage in the bhakti devotional service of Para Brahman, the supreme Brahman, Krishna. Krishna is the basis of eternal process of bhakti that gives the relation of personality of Krishna. But both Brahman and Paramatma are within the supreme person Krishna. Thus, the relation of Brahman or eternity is included in the bhakti onto Krishna and is already processed by a devotee. And Krishna is also the basis of the bliss of the unalive devotee. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. This is a short chapter, so we'll complete this also. Sapan Prabhu, can you read this page?
Hare Krishna. Yes. 1.14, the disappearance of Lord Krishna. 1-10, Maharaja Yudhishthira suspects disappearance of Lord Krishna. 1-2 Arjuna did not return from Dwaraka even after a few months. Inauspicious omens observed. Yudhishthira expresses his suspicions to Bhima. 11-20 Further bad omens experienced by Yudhishthira. In body, animals, birds, panchabhutas, cattle, deities, and other places. 21-24 Arjuna's appearance. As Yudhishthira suspects some great loss, Arjuna returns. He appears dejected. 25-23 Yudhishthira inquires about welfare of Yadus, about Surasena, Vasudeva, his wives, Ugrasena and his associates, sons of Krishna, Shrutadeva and Uddhava, etc. 34-38 Yudhishthira glorifies Krishna and his influences. Is Krishna enjoying in Sudharma assembly? About Balrama, Krishna's wives and Yadu heroes. Health, disrespect, unfriendly words. 39-43 Yudhishthira inquires about Arjuna's welfare. Health, disrespect, unfriendly words, failure to give charity or protect. If contacted, women of impeachable character or fail to properly treat deserving women. Defeat, taken meals alone, unpardonable mistake. 44 Yudhishthira's finally inquires of Krishna's disappearance.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Narada asks Yudhishthira to wait until the disappearance of the Lord. 1.13.50 In this chapter, Suta Goswami describes the reaction of Yudhishthira upon suspecting the Lord's departure. Maharaja Yudhishthira suspects the disappearance of Lord Krishna. Arjuna went to Dwaraka for two reasons: to see the Lord and other friends, and to hear about his next program of work. After Arjuna didn't return for a few months, Maharaja Yudhishthira began experiencing fearful, inauspicious omens. Inauspicious omens observed by Maharaja Yudhishthira. A fearful change of time and irregularities in the seasons, people becoming greedy, deceitful, and adopting foul means of livelihood. Dealings were filled with deception and friendships mixed with cheating, strain and quarreling amongst family members. Seeing all this, Yudhishthira spoke to Bhima. I sent Arjuna to Dwaraka to see our friends and to know Lord Krishna's program. 7 months have passed and he has not yet returned. I do not know the reason. Is the Lord going to quit his earthly pastimes, as Devarshi Narada indicated? Has that time already arrived? Because of his mercy only, we attained our kingly opulences, wives, lives, family, citizens, victory over enemies, and future higher destinations. See the miseries, omens due to celestial influences, Divyan, earthly reactions, Bhauman, and bodily pains, Daihikan, which indicate danger in the near future and which will delude our intelligence, Buddhi Mohanam. 11-20 Further bad omens experienced by Maharaja Yudhishthira. Body, left side of my body, thighs, arms and eyes are quivering. Heart palpitations due to fear. Animals, jackal howling at sunrise and vomiting fire, dog barking fearlessly. Cows are passing on my left. Asses are circumambulating me. My horses are weeping. Birds, pigeon is like a messenger of death. Shrieks of owls and their rival crows make my heart tremble. Hare Krishna. Samyukta Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Panchabhutas, smoke in sky, mountains, throbbing, cloudless thunder, wind blows violently and clouds rain blood, sun's rays declining and stars appear to be fighting, confused living entities appear place, rivers, tributaries, ponds, reservoirs, and the mind are perturbed, ghee no longer ignites fire. Cattle, calves do not suck the teats of cows, nor do the cows give milk, bulls take no pleasure in the pasturing grounds. Deities seem to be crying in the temple, lamenting and perspiring. They seem about to leave. Places. All the cities, villages, towns, gardens, mines, and hermitages are now devoid of beauty and happiness. 21-24 Yudhishthira's suspicions are supplemented by Arjuna's appearance. 21 Loss. These disturbances, Mahotpatai, indicate some great loss. It seems the world has lost. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Mataji.
It seems the world has lost its fortune of being marked with Lord's lotus footprints. 22 to 23. Arjuna returned from Dwaraka. While Yudhishthira was contemplating on the ill omens and bowed at his feet, Yudhishthira saw Arjuna dejected, grieving like never before, with his head down and tears gliding from his lotus eyes. 24. Seeing Arjuna pale and anxious, Yudhishthira, remembering the indications of Narad Muni, questioned him in the presence of his friends. 25 to 33. Maharaj Yudhishthira inquires about the welfare of the Yadus. Are our friends and relatives of Yadu family passing their days in happiness? Are my grandfather Shurasena, uncle Vasudeva, and his brothers all doing well? Are our aunts Vasudeva's wives and their sons and daughter-in-laws all happy? Are Ugrasena, Hridika, Krutavarma, Akrura, Jayanta, Gada, Sarana, and Shatrujit all happy? How is Balarama, the protector of devotees? Satvatam Prabhu. How are Pradyumna and Aniruddha? Are they faring well? Are all the chieftain sons of Lord Krishna along with their sons all doing well? Are Srutadeva, Uddhava, Nanda, Sunanda and others protected by Krishna and Balrama, Ramakrishna, Bhujashrayaha doing well? Do they remember our welfare? Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Sandhya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Krishna.
34 to 38, Maharaja Yudhishthira glorifies Lord Krishna and his influences. 34 is Lord Govinda, the giver of pleasure to the cows and the senses, who is kind to the Brahmanas and affectionate to his devotees, enjoying the Sudharma assembly hall in Dwaraka, surrounded by friends. Bhagavan api Govindo, Brahmanyo Bhakta Vatsala, Kachit Pure Sudharmayam, Sukam Aste Suhrudvrataha. 35 to 36, Lord Krishna and Balarama are staying in the ocean of the Yadu dynasty for the welfare, protection, and progress of the entire universe. And the Yadus, being protected by the Lord's arms, are enjoying life like the residents of Vaikunta, serving Krishna's lotus feet as their main activity. Yet Pala Susrushana Mukhya Karmana. Queens like Satyabhama induce Krishna to defeat the demigods and bring them things belonging to Indra's wives, such as Parijata tree. The 38, the great Yadu heroes, being protected by Krishna, always remain fearless. Therefore, they can tread their feet on the Sudharma assembly hall, which is actually meant for the demigods and was taken from them by force.
Yes, Mataji, please continue.
39 to 43, Yudhishthira inquires about Arjuna's welfare, 10 causes of dejection. 39, is your health all right? You appear to have lost your body luster. Were you disrespected or neglected due to your long stay at Dwaraka? Were you addressed with unfriendly words, threatened? Did you fail to give charity that you had promised? Could you not protect deserving candidates, Brahmanas, children, cows, women, or the deceased when they sought shelter? Have you contacted a woman of impeachable character? Have you improperly treated a deserving woman? Have you been defeated by someone who is inferior or equal to you? Have you taken your meals alone without feeding elders and children? Have you committed some abominable and unpardonable mistake? Yudhishthira finally asked about Krishna's disappearance. Are you feeling empty due to losing your most intimate friend, Lord Krishna? I think I can think of no other reason for your dejection.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay.
Mataji, can you please take the before one, the modes.
Modes.
Yeah, modes one.
Where, Prabhuji?
Yeah, yes, Mataji. So here it is said na Gunatita. So what is the answer for the process, Prabhuji, Mataji? Question 3. That is very much important actually, 1426.
Devotional service.
Mam chaya vyabicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityetan brahmabhoyaya kalpate. One who performs devotional service unfailing in all circumstances at once transcends the modes of three modes. and attains Brahman. Yeah.
So is this happening with us? Somehow or other, we are also doing the same, Mataji and Prabhuji. But is it really happening to us?
For a pure devotees, it happen, Prabhuji. Practices seriously. We are not. I'm not serious.
Well,
No,
bhakti is the
actually,
process and bhakti is the goal also. So I think it will happen slowly and steadily with purification.
so Sagunan Samati Ityakam Brahmabhuya Kalpati. This can happen even in one moment for Ajamil. But for us, we should practice our daily activities, sadhana bhakti, because our modes are acting so much on us that it is not, what to say, it is not possible for us to just do pure devotional service. PDS is not in our range that we should accept, and we should do sadhana bhakti. Okay, of course, when you do pure devotional service, we can go ahead, we can transcend the modes within a moment. But that is mainly dependent on the mercy part of the Lord, rather than we achieving it.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Because bhakti part is like bhakti, maximum part of bhakti is by receiving the mercy, rather than we, achieving it. We are not achieving anything here. We are only pleasing. That's it. To the extent which is possible for us, this is very important. To the extent which is possible for us, or within our capacity. This is also very important. Within our capacity, we should also please which is within our capacity. Now, if we go beyond it, there are some serious repercussions. Either be it health, if you do it beyond your capacity, what happens is your health will go down. And if you are not in the mood of catching it up or overcoming the health issues, then what happens? You will feel very sad that I have done something wrong. You will feel guilt. So it is always said, whenever we do sadhana bhakti or whenever we do the mercy, the receiving the mercy part, how we should do within the capacity, and then we should slowly progress. So for this, to happen, means to progress slowly, we should also know what our guna is, and slowly we should work upon it, the svabhava of it, and then we can easily transcend the modes. In the next chapters, in the next coming chapters, Krishna will elaborately explain how we can transcend the modes properly. Here it is said, 26th shloka is very important. Just do the pure devotional service, then you will transcend the modes. But it is not that easy to transcend the modes. Ultimately, in 18th chapter, from now on, he will only discuss about these things. In 18th chapter, 45, 46, 44, 45, 46, what he says is, do your swadharma than doing the others' dharma.
Yes.
Even if you are imperfect in your own swadharma, do it still.
Yes.
Why? What happens to, by doing it? You won't accrue any more karma. See, now what your body is the result of what the past activities you have done. 70% of our life will go in that way only. Only 30% we have chances. And we have chosen some Krishna consciousness in this life. That is a very good part, which we have done. But these 70% of the activities, 70% of our the present life is based on the past. So they are going to act on us, no doubt in this. No matter how you try to overcome those, they will act on you, no doubt in this. But 30% we should be very careful. And in that 30%, we should try to attract Krishna's mercy. 70% is, they are going to act upon you, and you should do the same activity which your guna is, or which your swabhava is. If you don't do that, you will accrue some new karma again in this lifetime, which is very dangerous. Means you are paving your own way for your next life. Sorry, Mataji, I will just stop it here. If you have any doubts, you can ask, or else we'll start with the slokas. Thank you.
నిన్న 50 వరకు చేశాం ప్రభుజీ. కృష్ణ.
Yesterday we have done 15 Mataji.
అవును ప్రభుజీ. సో are you starting 51 today?
Okay,
Or-
Mataji.
Yeah. Yes.
Agnirmahi gaganamambu marutishascha Agnirmahi gaganamambu marutishascha
Agnirmahi gaganamambu
Agnirmahi gaganamambu marutishascha
Agnirmahi gaganamambu marutishascha
Agnirmahi gaganamambu marutishascha
Agnirmahi gaganamambu marutishascha
Kalastathatma manasiti jagatrayani
Kalastathatma manasiti
Kalastathatma manasiti jagatrayani
Kalastathatma manasiti jagatrayani
Kalastathatma manasiti jagatrayani
Kalastathatma manasiti jagatrayani
Yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti vishanti yam cha
Yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti visanti yancha
Yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti vishanti yam cha
Yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti visanti yancha
Yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti vishanti yam cha
Yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti visanti yancha
Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
So there is no, what's tongue twisters in this verse. So I'm going ahead with the sloka recitations, whole sloka recitations for 3 times. You repeat after me all the 3 times, okay? And then you practice it individually. Agnirmahi gaganamambu marudishascha Kalastathatma manasiti jagatrayani Yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti vishanti yam cha Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
Agnirmahi gaganamambu marudishascha Kalastathatma manasiti jagatrayani Yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti visanti yancha Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Agnirmahi gaganamambu marudishascha Kalastathatma manasiti jagatrayani Yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti vishanti yam cha Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
Agnirmahi gaganamambu marudishascha Kalastathatma manasiti jagatrayani Yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti visanti yancha Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Agnirmahi gaganamambu marudishascha Kalastathatma manasiti jagatrayani Yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti vishanti yam cha Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
अग्निर्महि
गगनमम्बुमरुद्दिशश्च कालास्तथात्ममनसीति जगत्त्रयाणि
यस्माद्
भवन्ति विभवन्ति विशन्ति यं च
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं
तमहं भजामि.
Now practice individually, please.
अग्निर्महि गगनमम्बुमरुद्दिशश्च कालस्तदात्ममनसीति जगत्त्रयाणि यस्माद्भवन्ति विभवन्ति विशन्ति यं च गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Okay, Prabhu.
अग्निर्महि गगनमम्बुमरुद्दिशश्च कालस्तथात्ममनसिति जगत्त्रयाणि यस्माद्भवन्ति विभवन्ति विसन्ति यं च गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Prabhu, manasiti jagatraya, manasiti.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Please repeat that line once more.
कालस्तथात्ममनसिति जगत्त्रयाणि
मनसीति जगत्त्रयाणि.
कालस्तथात्ममनसीति जगत्त्रयाणि.
Perfect, Prabhu. Hari.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Agnirmahi gaganamambumardisaccha कालास्ततात्म मनसीति जगत्त्रयाणि यस्माद् भवन्ति विभवन्ति विशन्ति यं च गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Second line, Prabhuji. कालास कादु. कालस्तथात्म मनसीति जगत्त्रयाणि. ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ చదువు.
कालस्ततात्म मनसीति जगत्त्रयाणि
మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చేయండి.
कालस्ततात्म मनसीति जगत्त्रयाणि.
ఒకసారి మొత్తం శ్లోక చేయండి.
अग्निर्महि गगनमम्बुमरुद्दिशच्च अग्निर्महि गगनमम्बुमरुद्दिशच्च कालास्ततात्ममनसीति जगत्त्रयाणि यस्माद् भवन्ति विभवन्ति विशन्ति यं च गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
ఓకే ప్రభు, ఒకసారి ప్రాక్టీస్ కావాలి ప్రభు. ఇంకా
షూర్ ప్రభు,
చేయండి ఒకసారి, ఇవాళ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి మళ్ళీ గట్టిగా. ఓకే ప్రభు. కాలస్తథాత్మ, మళ్ళీ కాలాసం వచ్చింది సెకండ్ టైం కూడా, ఒకసారి చూసుకోండి. ఓకే, ఎన్ని ప్రభుజీ స్టిల్ లెఫ్ట్? చంద్రమౌళి ప్రభు, సఫల్ ప్రభు. ఎస్ మాతాజీ, మాతాజీ ప్లీజ్.
Yes, Prabhuji. Agnirmahi gaganamambumardishascha kalastadhatma manasiti jagattrayani yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti vishanti yam cha govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you.
Okay. संजय माताजी.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
अग्निर्महि गगनमम्बुमरुद्दिशच्च कालस्तथात्ममनसीति जगत्त्रयाणि यस्माद् भवन्ति विभवन्ति विशन्ति यं च गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Yes, Mataji, perfect. Lavanya Mataji and Deepa Mataji, please.
Brahma Samhita 5.51. Agnirmahi gaganamambumardishascha kalastatma manasiti jagattrayani yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti vishanti yam cha govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
Yes, Mataji. Perfect. Deepa Mataji, please go ahead.
Yes, Prabhuji. Brahma Samhita 5.51. Agnirmahi gaganamambu marutishascha kalasthathatma manasiti jagatrayani yasmad bhavanti vibhavanti vishanti yamcha govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
Perfect, Mataji. 52. Now we'll go for 52. Okay. Yachakshuresha savita sakalagrahana.
Yachakshuresha savita sakala grahana.
See, first two are shas and then it is sasa. Okay. Yachakshuresha savita sakala grahana. Sakala grahana. Okay.
అదెట్లా చెప్తారు ప్రభుజీ?
యక్షుర్ ఒకటే మొత్తం యా రెండిటికి కలిపి ఒక చా రావాలి. యక్షురేష సవిత సకల గ్రహాణ. మళ్ళీ చదువుతాను ఇప్పుడు చూడండి సార్. యక్షురేష హరే కృష్ణ. యక్షురేష సవిత సకల గ్రహాణ.
యచ్చక్షురేష సవితా సకల గ్రహాణాం.
సకల సకల కాదు సకల. యచ్చక్షురేష సవితా సకల గ్రహాణాం.
యచ్చక్షురేష సవితా సకల గ్రహాణాం.
Why only two voices? Rest also please practice. यक्षुरेश सविता सकल ग्रहाणां.
यक्षुरेश सविता सकल ग्रहाणां.
यक्षुरेश सविता सकल ग्रहाणां.
यक्षुरेश सविता सकल ग्रहाणां.
राजा समस्त सुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजा.
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 Now, this line is a bit tough. Please first concentrate on words. Yasyajnaya. Please repeat this.
Yasyajnaya.
यस्याज्ञया.
Yasyajnaya.
यस्याज्ञया.
Yasyajnaya.
यस्याज्ञया.
Yasyajnaya.
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 यस्याज्ञया.
Yasyajnaya.
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 यस्याज्ञया.
Yasyajnaya.
Yasyajnaya.
Okay. Yasyajnaya bhramati sambhritakala chakro. After some, there is a split. Okay. I will do it again. You don't repeat now. I will do it 2 times again now. Don't repeat. After that, we will repeat for 3 times. Okay. Yasyajnaya bhramati sambhritakala chakro. Yasyajnaya bhramati sambhritakala chakro. Now please repeat after me.
Yasyajnaya brahmati samvrutakaala chakro.
यस्याज्ञया
Yasyajnaya brahmati samvrutakaala chakro. Yasyajnaya brahmati samvrutakaala chakro.
Okay, now I will do it once. You all repeat again. Okay. Yasyajnaya bhramati sambhritakala chakro.
यज्ञया भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो
यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संभृतकालचक्रो
यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो
यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संभृतकालचक्रो
यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि
यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजा यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संवृत गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। हरे कृष्ण।
यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजा
यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति
भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि
यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजा यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि।
यच्चक्षुरेश
सविता सकलग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि
यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजा यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि।
यच्चक्षुरेश सविता
सकलग्रहाणां
राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजा यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि।
हरि बोल, प्लीज डू इट इंडिविजुअली now.
यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजा यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि।
हरि बोल जय। नेक्स्ट अपन प्रभु।
यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजा यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि।
పర్ఫెక్ట్ ప్రభు. యస్యాజ్ఞయ యస్యా అంటే ఒక్కటి కొంచెం సాగదీయాలి సార్. పర్ఫెక్ట్. అండ్ హూ ఇస్ రాజు ప్రభు.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
హరే కృష్ణ.
శ్రీ బ్రహ్మ సంహిత 5.52 యచ్చక్షురేశ సవితా సకలగ్రహాణం రాజా సమస్త సురమూర్తిరశేష తేజా యస్యాజ్ఞయ భ్రమతి సంవృత కాలచక్రో గోవిందమాది పురుషం తమహం భజామి.
ఒక్కసారి థర్డ్ లైన్ చేయండి బాబు.
యస్యాజ్ఞయ భ్రమతి సంవృత కాలచక్రో.
కొంచెం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి దాన్ని సరేనా. ఇంకొకటి ఏంటంటే ఫస్ట్ లైన్ లో సకల అంటున్నారు. సకల అదంతే.
సకల यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलग्रहाणं यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलग्रहाणं
सविता यच्चक्षुरेश सविता
सकलग्रहाणं.
Yes, Prabhuji. Mataji, Samyukta Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Sri Brahma Samhita 5.52. Yachakshuresha savita sakalagrahanam raja samasta suramurti rashesha teja yasyagnaya brahmati sambrita kala chakro govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
Yes, Mataji, perfect.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Sandhya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजा यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Hare Bol. Perfect Mataji. Lavanya Mataji.
Yeah. यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजा यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Hare Bol. Deepa Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजा यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संवृतकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Hare Bol. Jai. Okay, Mataji, now we are only left with 4 more shlokas, 4 more, out of which one shloka will take complete week. The other 3 we will complete in the next week, not next week, next 2 days. So all these 4 shlokas will take one whole week, Matajis and Prabhujis. And after that, what we do, there are 29 shlokas altogether. So how we do is, every day we recite 10 shlokas. We will practice 10 shlokas together. Okay?
Okay, Prabhuji.
All the 10 shlokas should be recited in one stretch. In that way, we will go for 3 days, 3 or 6 days or 1 week, whatever it takes. We will go like that. We will get practiced in that 10 shlokas perfectly. Okay? Because as we are going individually, we can do it very perfectly. But when it comes to the shloka, the whole Samhita recitation, it will go heavier. So what we do, we will go 10-10. Okay? 10 at a stretch. First 10 at a stretch. And the next week we will go the next 10 at a stretch, and the next week we will go the last 9 at a stretch. In that way, for 3 weeks it will be Brahma Samhita only. Is that okay with you?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
but what happens is, whenever you go anywhere to the spiritual places or to the holy places, in front of the Lord you can recite it without any these things. And not only that, any of the abhishekams and any of these rituals which we do in this Krishna consciousness, like what we say on the anniversary, the deity's anniversary, also they do Brahma Samhita. On deity's installation they do Brahma Samhita, and on the deity's abhishekam they do Brahma Samhita. So it is recited many a times in our own Krishna consciousness moment. So wherever you go, you can repeat it yourself. See, the theme is not to show off to anyone, but to ourselves. What you say. Whenever you do Brahma Samhita, you just see the change. You just see the change. That day will be a bit peaceful than the other days. This can be guaranteed. This is what has been taught to us in our own, base days. So I'm also telling you, if your mood is completely off, you can just sit and recite for 10 days, 10 or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. In my childhood, I used to do that, what do you say, Hanuman Chalisa. But after coming into Krishna consciousness, I started doing this whenever I'm completely down. At least we can pass the 20 minutes in Krishna's recitation. This is the only thing which takes 20 minutes. Rest everything, every other, they will be completed within 10 minutes or so. Only Brahma Samhita will take a bit longer time in the whole Parjavali books which we have. See, and also what happens is some confidence levels will be increased of your own whenever you see any other, what you say, bhajans or kirtans, that you can do it. So is that okay with you if we even pass one more month in Brahma Samhita?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Perfectioning this recitation?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Now it's already almost 1 month now. We started this recitation or not?
That we need to check.
It's almost 1 month, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So if we take some prayers like Gajendra Moksha prayers and some more prayers, Prahlad prayers, in the next these things, we can complete that also like this only.
Yes, Prabhuji, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, then as years passes by, we will know all the recitations in Krishna consciousness. Okay.
And what about Mukunda Mala Shtotram, Prabhuji?
Mukunda Mala Stotra will be a very big tough matter compared to all these things. If we want to do it, we will do a recitation of that, meter. Okay.
What, Prabhuji? I didn't hear.
You mean that? There is some disturbance coming from somewhere. I don't know. Okay. What we do is, we do the meter, sloka meter of Mukundamala Stotra. And the whole Stotra, Mukundamala Stotra, we will keep it at the end, Mataji, because that is very tough, very tough. That is pure Sanskrital recitation of South India.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Sanskrit recitation is also very depending upon the places. Even though the language is same, but the meters and all will change depending upon the places. So this, this Mukundamala Stotra is Kerala recitation of Sanskrit. Kerala, the Malayalam language itself is the second toughest after Mandarin.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
In the whole language. So that recitation will be a bit tougher. So I'm keeping it at the last. Okay. Before that, what we do is we do for the prayers. We go for the prayers.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Different prayers with different devotees. Is that okay?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
We started with Brahma Samhita and then we'll go to the prayers and then we'll come to the Mukundamala Stotra. In between, what we do the meter recitation. We'll take only one sloka in Mukundamala Stotra and we perfect the meter. So that anywhere in the Bhagavatam a very big sloka comes, we can fit that meter, that sloka into that meter. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. You can please end the call.
Yes, Prabhuji. So today we did 51 and 52. So tomorrow
Only 2.
Yeah. Okay.
53, 54 we'll do it tomorrow. And the day after tomorrow, is Friday?
Saturday. Tomorrow is Friday, Prabhuji.
Tomorrow is Friday. Okay. Okay.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद बुक रीडिंग की जय। श्रीमद् भगवत गीता की जय। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। हरे कृष्णा। Thank you for joining, everybody.
Thank you, Mataji.